What is going on? I'm Steve. Hope you're doing fantastic today. This is the first of a multi-part series where we're going to learn how to solo across chord changes. You know, when you're going from G to C major or E minor, whatever it is. But in a minute, I'm going to give you a really basic guitar loop and you can jam to it at the end. I've got a full long little loop at the end for you to practice to. And I'm going to start really slow. So if you're a beginner or, you've been soloing for a little while, but you're just trying to, take that next step, I'm going to show you where to start, where to stop, and where to go in between. Sometimes you're like, I don't know what note to begin on, I don't know where to end, and I just need some help. So I'm going to show you 3 techniques that I use to solo and just have fun. And then you can add more tricks and bells and whistles like, bends and pull-ons and hammer-offs and all sorts of stuff like that. Hammer-offs? Hammer-ons. Hammer-ons and pull-offs. What am I talking about? All right, let me know what you think in the comments once you get going. I'd love to hear it. Stick around for part 2 and 3 and all that stuff, and let's just get right to it. All right, first let's learn the loop that we're going to practice to in this video. It goes from G major to C major, back to G major. Then it goes down to E minor, to C, and up to D major. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, G. E minor, C, D. All right, stop the loop right there. So G major. Now, before we get going here, I want to tell you the 3 techniques that I use to solo, knowing where to start, where to end, and what to do in the middle. And I'm going to go through each of these in a little bit more depth. The first one is you figure out what key the song is in. So if this is in G major, you can be pretty sure that if you just hit any of the notes on a G major chord, you're going to be in a good, safe spot most of the solo. It's hard to make a mistake if you just play the notes of the chord that you're in down here, if you're in a G major, for example. The second technique is to learn some scales. You don't need to learn all of your scales up and down the fretboard or completely, but if you know the basics, or at least the major scale of the key you're in, if you're playing like a major song like this, it'll help tremendously. And again, it's like a safe spot. So for example, the G major scale, I just did 2 octaves of the G major scale using a bunch of open strings right there. And if you're in a different key, you can play parts of a scale if you're in A major, but again, we're back down here in G right here. When you learn your scales, or even parts of them, you don't need to know all of them, or all the way up and down all the strings. It gives you these ideas of like, well, let me just try that, let me go there. And again, you're generally in a safe spot. The third technique that I use is learning different variations of chords. So for example, a regular G major is played like that, with the open G strings. Well, you can play a G major this way, which is taking an F major shape and playing it on the 3rd fret, but also a D major. This is part of a G major chord, but you're using the D major shape. So take a D major and bring it up to the 7th fret, and you're playing a G major version right here. And you saw me at the beginning of the video go like this. Some of that kind of stuff. I'm just in a D major shape, and I've learned some of the scales and some of the notes, and therefore you can solo up here and then return back down here. Similarly, another G major is this. It's a bar chord version of a G major, way up here on the 12th fret. All that is another version of that right there, and you can go. Very cool stuff. So I'm going to dive deeper into each of those, but let's go back to the loop. So the loop begins 1, 2, 3, 4, dun, 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 dun. So what do you do? Where do you start? Well, again, let's take that first technique, the chord. You got a G major chord. You can pick any note in it, but a common one to do is pick the root note. The low part of a G major chord. Or you can go to its octave right here on the 5th fret of the D string or the open G string. So if I begin the loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, I could hit that note. Or I could pick a different one. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show you that in action. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just playing notes of the G major. I didn't do anything else but play a couple notes of the G major. Now, it didn't sound perfect as the chords went down to E minor or C or D, but it didn't sound bad, right? Again, so I'm just starting off slow, playing some individual notes. Well, now you think about, well, where are we going? We're going from G to C major. Well, C major has those notes. So when you're in the G chord part of your solo, if you can play those kind of notes, then when you go to a C major, play some notes in the C major. So for example, I could go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear that? I went from a note of the G major chord when it was in G major, and then when I went to the C, I just went to that note right there, which is sort of like an open E string right there. Right there on the 5th fret of the B string right there. It's just part of that C major chord. Or this, like that. So let me try this. I'm going to play the loop again, and I'm going to play one note in the G major chord when we're on G major. Then I'm going to play a note of the C major chord when we're in C major. Then I'm going to do the same thing for E minor and C and D all the way through. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's super basic, super simple, but I'm starting that way just to show you that if you play the notes of a chord that you're in great shape. You're in good hands right there because you'll always land on a place that matches the chord behind you right there. Now, let's go to the second technique and bring in some scales. Well, if I'm right here, I know that the part of a scale for a G major goes like this. And if I know a little bit more about that scale, I know that it goes, you just sort of learn your scales. Whether you're using a combination of open strings or fretted notes like that, you learn your scales. Then, instead of just going and hitting single notes, which are okay, but that's just beginner level, you want to use some scales to hit some different kind of notes. So check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All I'm doing is I'm just moving around the scales of a G major chord. Pretty cool. All I'm doing is moving around the scales of a G major. This is a G major scale, ready? And this is too. So if you learn these scales, for example, you don't even need to know how to finish this scale and go down to these strings, but if you just learn on these 3 strings right here, the high E, the B, and the G, like that, then you're already rocking right here. So you've also blended into the third technique here. You remember the first technique was you play the notes of the chord or the key that you're in, G, just, wherever you are down here. The next one was to incorporate some scales, some notes from scales. Like that, just play any note on the scale and you can begin at any place at any time. And then the third one was to learn how to transpose or move your chords around. So instead of playing a regular G, it was this. Well, what do? I played that one. So see, I combined a couple different things. I'm playing notes on the G, a version of G up here as well, and then I'm playing the scales like that. So let me show you one more time. I'm gonna start off really easy, and then I'm gonna keep adding on in complexity and probably beauty and interest. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So you're just rocking around, moving around, going from scale to scale, area to area by knowing that this is a G major, that's a G major, and that's a G major, landing on those notes confidently. Okay, quickly, let's talk about hammer-ons, pull-offs, bends, and slides. You know, so we started the song here and just went, or as the very first note of the song, or what would be more interesting if we slid it in like that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. You see right there, I slid into the first note of the song, which sounded cooler than just hitting a single note, and then I slid it up again later just to add some interest and variety. Similarly, if you do hammer-ons, like you saw me do multiple times in this video, it really adds some spice. Ready? Very cool. Bunch of different hammer-ons, like that one right there. I have my finger on the 3rd fret of the high E and 3rd fret of the B string, and you hammer on from the 3rd to the 5th of the B string, back down to the 3rd while hitting that 3rd fret of the high E string. Like that. Very cool. This one right here was on the 4th fret of the G string and hammered onto the 5th fret of that G string while sort of hitting the 3rd fret of the B and the E strings right there. A little out of tune. Let me do that. Like that right there. Then you get into string bends like that. So things like this. Definitely more advanced, but if you try just one really easy one, it's not that hard. So for example, let's say I start off on 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hit the 12th fret of the B string, but in a second, I'm going to go on the 15th fret of the B string and bring it up 2 strings. I'm going to sort of bend it up 2 strings. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty cool. If you want to bring it down a little bit further, like this. That one I went to the 10th fret of the B string, bend it up 2 notes, and then hit the 10th of the E string and bring it down from the push right there, the bend, back to the 10th of the B string, and then to the 8th of the B string right there. That's a little taste of string bending and hammer-ons and pull-offs that will be fun to do in some of the other videos here, the more advanced ones that we got going on. And I'm gonna do, as I said, other types of songs and rhythms and styles like some blues. So we'll learn all sorts of cool stuff, take it up every time, a little bit more advanced, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. All right, let's get to the practice loop. It's gonna cycle through 3 times, and I'd love to hear how you do in the comments. See you later. 1, 2, 3, 4.